Hi, Disney friends. How are you? Happy Friday. Congratulations, you made it through another week. Hope you grabbed a beverage. Today's coffee is brought to you by my favorite Tervis tumbler. I'm obsessed with Tervis tumbler. I have more of them than I have room for in my house. So that's my Minnie Mouse Tervis, chock full of coffee. I would like to cheers and congratulate you to completing another week. Happy Friday. Did you make it? How was your week this week? Good? Tell me something good. What good happened for you this week? Any good events happen for you? I sort of had like a double good week. I was trying to think as I was getting ready to come talk to you guys about the good stuff that's happened. You know, sometimes when we get busy, it's hard to remember good things. So little wins, big wins, all the wins. It was kind of a double win this week. I had my younger daughter, Jen, says, we made it. Busy week. Oh my gosh, it was so busy this week. It was crazy. Congratulations for making it. You survived. Yay. This week we celebrated over the weekend. My younger daughter turned 5. And it was it's been emotional for me, a little bit more emotional than I thought it was going to be. Something about the baby now not being a baby anymore, and now she's a big kid, and I have 2 big kids, and I kind of feel like, wow, that was very fast. All of a sudden, all the kids are big kids now. So there was that, and you know, it's COVID, so we had to get creative with celebrating her birthday, and she was able to have a party at school with her friends in school. Tracy, woohoo! Yay, Friday. And then Saturday we went to the Denver Zoo, which is fun and has a lot of fun animals. Has Dole Whip, which of course is, you know, one of the reasons why I like to go. I mean, because for the kids to go. So I got my Dole Whip, and she got her Dole Whip. We went to the zoo. We had a small family gathering, and that was kind of it. And, you know, she's 5. She doesn't understand. She knows that there's coronavirus and we have to be safe, but she was asking for like a big party, and can all my friends come, and can my teacher come, and all this, you know, things that we've done in the past. And of course, that's not an option for us right now. Jen, my kids played on the playground at school with their entire class for a birthday, or just over the weekend. Anyway, so the birthday party, the birthday passing made me think about, you know, we're coming up on a year. It's almost March, and we are coming up now on a full year of dealing with this virus craziness. We're almost a year to when all of a sudden all the Disney theme parks closed, Disney Cruise Line docked its ships, and sort of like that was it. Like life ground to a halt, you know? And it's been almost a full year since that happened, which just blows my mind. Jen, no, for the first time all year, they haven't been able to because of the restrictions. Oh my goodness. Okay, so your playgrounds were not available to you, and then now your kids got to play this week. That's awesome. That is good news. I bet they were so happy and so relieved to be able to go play. That's fantastic. Here, I'll drink to that one for you. Okay, so we're coming up on a year of dealing with all of this. Closures and restrictions, and most of us, our lives got dumped upside down, right? And a lot of things got put on hold. One of them being celebrations. You know, a lot of birthdays and anniversaries and graduations and holidays. A lot of things came and went, and we had to find new ways to celebrate them. We had to celebrate them virtually, or not the same way we normally do, or postpone the celebration. And I kept thinking, yeah, you know, next year we're going to have a big party for her because she deserves it. Both my girls do. My other daughter is born in July, and so she was right smack in the middle of shutdown and all that. And we had to get creative for her birthday too. And, you know, the kids are only young once, and I feel like I owe them a big celebration, you know, for next year's birthday, or when we can finally get together with all of our family and all that kind of stuff. And just how much I've been missing it. And I'm sure you guys have been missing it too, and struggling with trying to figure out, well, what do we do? How do you celebrate these holidays? How do you celebrate the important milestones? And that has me thinking into the future for next year. And I'm looking forward to the ability, slowly but surely, to look forward to being able to do exciting things for my kids, and one of them, of course, being a Disney vacation. So we've got one in the books for later this year. We have one that we've moved 3 times over the last year because of COVID. So the kids don't know about it. It's been a secret. But every single time I had to change the date on that trip, my heart broke a little bit for them. Like they deserve to go and have fun and ride rides and have a super time. And so I'm thinking, instead of being sad about the things we missed last year, I'm thinking, wow, it's been a year. We've made it a whole year. I'm going to look forward to this next year and how different things will be a year from today, because this is the end of February. This is right before things started shutting down. So at this point last year, we kind of were like, not really expecting too much to change. And then all of a sudden everybody's lives changed. So this time next year, things can be totally different than they are now. And I, for one, am really looking forward to it. I'm excited for being able to do things like travel again and celebrate kids' birthdays with parties and, take them to Disney and stuff like that. So they deserve it. Probably you guys have some milestones in your lives that you missed, or you have some important milestones coming up in this next year. How about going to Disney? I mean, that's a really great way to celebrate stuff. So reservations are open for Walt Disney World through 2022. Now we're into the beginning of July 2022. So you've got plenty of time if you want to put something in the books and think about it and see how the next year goes, and see if you guys, if you feel comfortable traveling, and if not, that's perfectly okay. There's a lot of options, very flexible cancellation and change policy, and we can, push it until you feel ready to travel, because not everybody is ready to travel and may not be until next year, and that's perfectly fine. Everybody's got to do what's right for them. Think about your own risk level, your own comfort level, and see. But if you have questions about traveling in this post-COVID era, I'm happy to answer any questions for you. You can always reach out to me, and I'm here to help you plan your vacation and make the most of what's going on now. A lot has changed at the theme parks since the last time you've been. A lot will continue to change over this next year, and that's one reason why it's so important to book your vacation with a travel planner who's going to help keep you in the loop of things that are changing. We're going to have possibly changes in protocols for safety. There's going to be new rides opening up. We're looking forward to the 50th celebration at Walt Disney World that starts in October, and there's going to be new benefits available to people who are staying at Disney hotels while they're on their vacation. There's lots going on. Lots is going to change. So if you book your vacation with me, I will be in touch as soon as I have any information that impacts your vacation in any way. And I stay on top of it so you don't have to. Like, you have enough going on. You take care of work and your family and everything else you got to do. I'll handle the vacation plans, and I'll just let you know the important stuff that you need to know. So one of the things that's different, and I've been getting a lot of questions over the last couple weeks about this, FastPasses and virtual queues. What's up with those, right? Okay, 2 different things. I'm going to cover them as best I can for you, but first, coffee. I love my coffee. Anyone else love coffee as much as I love coffee more than like some of my family members. That's how much I love this this beverage. I run on coffee and pixie dust. All right, let's talk about FastPasses first. So, FastPass Plus service, as you knew it before COVID, has not returned. It's currently not in use, and the space that they used to use for the FastPass queues, because at the rides there's a standby line and a FastPass line. Some of the space that they used to use for their FastPass line, they have taken for the standby line because of social distancing. All of the lines have social distance markers of 6 feet to keep everybody spaced, and they need a lot of space to fit all those people in, right? So they have taken over some of the floor space that used to be used for FastPass to help make more room in the lines for people because there's no FastPasses right now. But you may or may not notice that there are still some people going into the marked FastPass entrance, and you might be concerned that somebody got some memo that you didn't get. And I want to say first and foremost, no, you didn't miss out on anything. The FastPasses are not back yet. If your vacation is booked with me, I will tell you the second we know anything about FastPasses coming back. Now, who are those people going in the FastPass line, and what are they doing there? I would like to say, of all the people that I'm about to tell you about, none of these are new. No one has recently gotten access to the FastPass line. These are all people who have always been using the FastPass line the whole time FastPass Plus has been around. You just never noticed because you were also going in the FastPass line yourself. Okay? All right, so let's talk FastPass real quick. Who is going in there? First is Rider Switch. So if you're not familiar with Rider Switch, it's an option for people who have maybe younger kids or maybe people that want to go through the queue together and wait together, but not everyone wants to ride. So Rider Switch gives them the option to keep their whole family together, and then one adult waits with, it's usually a younger child, but whoever's not riding, one adult waits with them while the rest of the party rides, and then they switch, and then that adult gets to ride, and then they go. So they sometimes put those families, they have them go through the FastPass entrance so they can go to a designated waiting area to be able to use that. That's the first thing. And this is a service that's available to you if you also have, if you're traveling with children or somebody who doesn't want to ride on the ride, but still wants to keep your whole party together, you can do that. You just ask the cast member at the ride, you say we want to use Rider Switch, and they'll give you the instructions of where to go. So that's the first group. The second group going in is DAS Pass. DAS, D-A-S, stands for Disability Access Services, and it's for people who have different types of situations where waiting in line is not possible for them. It could be sensory or cognitive. It could be something physical. There's a lot of different reasons. There's a lot of disabilities that are visible and not visible. DAS Pass usually uses the FastPass entrance so that those people can get to where the ride area is a little bit quicker, but they are not skipping the line. I know it looks like they are, but they're not. The way DAS Pass works is somebody who has it will check in at the line, and they're going to be given a return time. So their return time that they're given is the same amount of time as a person who's getting in the standby line. They're not cutting in line. They're told what time to come back. And so the people you see coming in have returned after waiting. They just didn't physically stand in that line. They might be sitting at a bench outside or waiting in a quiet area so they can not have like a sensory issue. There's a lot of different things, but they're given a time to return, and then they come back, and then they go to get loaded. So they're not skipping the line. They waited as long as you did. They just didn't wait in the same spot as you did, but they still waited. That's DAS Pass. So they're going in there. The next group of people is going to be what's called guest recovery. So this is if you're on a ride and it breaks down and you have to be unloaded or some other unfortunate thing happens that sort of maybe put a cramp in your day. Sometimes Disney gives out FastPasses sort of to try to make up for a little bit of the magic that you might have lost while you were experiencing whatever your particular issue was while you were there. So they are still issuing both digital and paper FastPasses. I've seen both. So in that instance, yes, somebody may have a FastPass because there was a situation that Disney is trying to compensate for a little bit for them. So they may have been given a FastPass. The next is my favorite, VIP tours. So if you're not familiar with VIP tours, you don't have to be a celebrity to go on one. They are available to everyone. You just got to have a little bit of money to go on them. A VIP tour is fantastic. You can book them 60 days in advance right now, and they are on the pricier side. They start between $400 and $700 an hour. You get a private tour guide, and the private tour guide comes and picks you up in front of your hotel in private transportation at whatever time you decide you'd like to start your day. And they will show up, and then they will drive you personally backstage to the closest entrance to the ride that you want to start your day at. And they will put you on the front of that line. So what you're seeing when they're going in the FastPass line is their tour guide is walking them to the front of the line, because people who are on VIP tours, they don't wait in lines. They go to the front. And the tour guide waits and escorts them wherever they'd like to go. They do things, they put them on the beginning of they skip the line. They put them in the front of the line for the rides they want to go on. You can park hop. So if you would like to go on Tower of Terror and Avatar Flight of Passage, and then you want to go to Soarin', and then you want to go on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, you can do that, and you can do all four at the same time. All it takes is a VIP tour guide. So they will take up to 10 people at a time. And this is really a fun option if you're looking for a different Disney experience. It's not anything like going by yourself and waiting in the line. But I will warn you that once you go on one, you're not ever going to want to go on just like a regular Disney vacation again. You will want a VIP tour guide from here on out, because it's really fantastic. And you don't have to go on any buses or Disney transportation, because they personally drive you to wherever you want to go, which is great. They're using the FastPass entrance. And then the last group is Club 33, which is like a super exclusive Disney club with very large membership fees, and these people are paying a lot of money, and they have FastPass access. There's not a ton of these people. There's not like, hordes and hordes of them. So FastPass as we know it still has not returned. I'm not sure when it's going to come back or in what form, if it's going to be how it was before. But of course, I'm here to keep you guys posted on anything that we do learn, and make sure that you have all the best planning tools for your vacation and are in the know. So if you're waiting in line at Walt Disney World and you see someone going in the FastPass line, you don't need to get mad. You know what they're there for. And, let's go on our day and have our magic. It'll be fantastic. Okay, so let's talk about Rise of the Resistance. Okay, so if you've not been to Hollywood Studios in a while, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, I will say, is mind-blowing as far as an immersive experience goes. I'm a Star Wars fan. I'm not a fanatic. I'm not like, I don't know every alien's name and all that kind of stuff. I was blown away. My head was exploding, especially getting on the Millennium Falcon the first time and walking down that hallway, like towards where you get into the cockpit. And I was like, this is just like the movie. This is insane. Every detail has been thought of, from the background noise when you're walking around, all the food, all the cast members' costumes, like every detail. It looks like it's been there for 100 years. Everything is like rusted and stained and stuff, and it's amazing. So there are two big rides in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. The first one is Smuggler's Run, Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, where you get to pilot the Millennium Falcon. You have to go on this ride. Well, unless you don't like flight simulators, then don't go. This ride is so amazing. So everybody gets assigned a job and, like a position. And when they seat you in your cockpit, you'll have your own like control panel and buttons. Chills every time, says Jen. Yeah, it was crazy. So I rode, the last time I was there, let's see, I was there in December, was the first time that I rode Millennium Falcon. And I went... Let me tell you how it works, and then I'll tell you what we did. So when you sit down in your seat in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon, everybody has their own control panel, and the buttons that you push and the levers that you pull actually affect what's happening in the ride. It's not just like, okay, the ride's going, we're pushing a button. Like, what you do changes how your experience is of the ride, right? So you can fly or crash the Millennium Falcon. So I rode with one of my very good friends, my Disney ride or die friend, Savannah. We rode the Millennium Falcon. We had no idea what we were doing. And we crashed so many times that Hondo had to come and pick us up and like put a crane thing and like tow our busted ship back to the base because we crashed so many times we couldn't even fly, and we were laughing so hard because, okay, clearly don't trust me to fly your spaceship if you need errands run, because I am not qualified. I would imagine after a few more flights I would probably get it. But this is like a must do. If you've ever seen any Star Wars movies, you're going to want to ride this ride because it's so good. You might crash like 2 or 3 or 4 times, but hey, your record can't possibly be worse than mine. So I say go for it. The other big ride that they have is called Rise of the Resistance. Rise of the Resistance is right now the most technologically advanced ride that they have at Walt Disney World. Hillary, don't worry, I'm terrible at it too. Okay, good. Yeah, we just ran into everything that could be smashed into, like we did it. And I pushed buttons and pulled levers and we hit like every wall. It was terrible. It was hilarious, but it was terrible. I gotta go back. Maybe I'll go with somebody who actually knows how to fly it and then see what it's like when you actually get to take off and like go fly on it. Okay, Rise of the Resistance. So Rise of the Resistance is the most technologically advanced ride right now. Oh yeah. Well, it's okay if you laugh at me because you're bad too. So it's okay. I don't mind. I'll admit when I can't do something. I cannot fly the Millennium Falcon to save any of our lives. Save yourself. Go pilot it yourself. I'll ride in another ride so that you can go and have a good time, and I'll save my crashing for myself. Okay, Rise of the Resistance did you know you can have Chewie fly with you? I just found this out. Apparently there's a hack. You know, I've heard about that, and I need to look more into this and see if we can figure out how to do it. I'm not sure what the hack is, but I have heard people talking that you can have Chewie fly, which would be amazing. So yes, more to come on that. Let me see if I can find out some more information. Rise of the Resistance is another beyond immersive, crazy experience. It's so, so, so good. There's no standby line. There's no standby line anywhere. The only way that you can get on it is if you use Disney's virtual queue system. This is not the same as a FastPass, but it is a way to tell Disney that you're going to get on the ride. There's very limited numbers of these virtual boarding passes that are released every day. So there are some tips and some tricks, which I do give to my clients when you guys book with me to make sure you have the best possible chance of getting them. But the way it works is the day you're going to go to Hollywood Studios, you do want to go on this ride. It's amazing. I've never seen anything like it. You physically are going through different rooms. You're captured and you're on like the ship, and you're zooming in and out, and Kylo Ren is there, and there's lightsabers cutting the ceiling. I mean, it's crazy. But I just went like this the whole time for like 20 minutes while I was on it. It was so good. So do that. But the day that you're going to go to Hollywood Studios to hopefully experience Rise of the Resistance and go crash the Millennium Falcon and drink the blue milk and the green milk and look for Chewie and all the other things, you have to have both a valid ticket for the date that you're going, and you have to have a park pass reservation for the date that you're going. You have to have those both, and you need to have them ahead of time. The reason why, one, because Hollywood Studios is the smallest park and it fills up to capacity the fastest. So you got to have that park pass. But also, you have to have both of those in line in order to be able to get a Rise of the Resistance boarding pass. The day you're going to Hollywood Studios, it starts at 7 a.m. and you can do it from anywhere. You don't have to be physically in the park. You can be in your hotel room or elsewhere. And you log into your My Disney Experience account, and you'll have the option to get a boarding pass at 7 a.m. and at 1 p.m. if you missed 7 a.m. So 7 a.m. you can do from anywhere, but 1 p.m. you still have to be inside. Like, you have to physically be in Hollywood Studios. You have to have checked in and be there, and everybody who wants to ride with you has to be there to be able to try again. They go like that. The boarding passes go in a matter of seconds. It's hard to get them. like I said, there are tips and tricks and things that you can do to increase your chances to get them. I will send you mine when you book your vacation package with me or purchase your ticket with me. I'll help you get them. But it's the only way you can get on the ride. There's no standby line, so there's nowhere to line up and go. I know that there have been some rumors that possibly virtual queues would be used elsewhere at Walt Disney World. So far, that is not the case. No other rides at Walt Disney World are using virtual queue. Universal Orlando has a virtual queue for a few of their rides, and it's pretty convenient to use. But nothing else at Disney, just Rise of the Resistance. So that's who's using the FastPass line. That's how you use virtual queue. If you guys have questions, you can just drop them on here. You can shoot me a message and I'll answer them for you. I will, of course, always be available to help you make the most of your next vacation to Walt Disney World. There is a whole lot changing. We don't have a ton of news this week. The biggest news that we got vacation-wise is the more information about what's happening at Disneyland. So as you may know, the theme parks at Disneyland and the hotels have been closed since last year. They reopened the downtown Disney area, which is the dining and shopping area. And then they opened part of Buena Vista Street for dining and shopping and a couple of photo ops and stuff like that. Now they're gearing up to open up more of Disney California Adventure Park. They're planning to do this later next month, March 18th is when they're going to start. And tickets for this event are going to go on sale on March 4th. They're not opening up the theme parks the way that they were open before COVID. The rides are not going. It's not going to be that kind of thing. They are going to have restaurants open. They're going to have shopping. They're going to have characters around, socially distanced, of course. Not available for autographs or hugs, but they will be there to do photos. And they have some special limited edition photo ops that are going to be set up. So your ticket includes free parking. It includes a $25 like a tasting gift card that you can use towards your different food options that you're going to get. And it includes unlimited PhotoPass downloads of all your photos. So those tickets go on sale March 4th, and they can only be purchased through Disneyland.com. That's all we know. They're not opening the theme parks. They did send out information that only the Grand Californian Hotel is going to begin accepting reservations from DVC members beginning May 2nd. So not the Disneyland Hotel, not Paradise Pier, none of the other stuff is going to open, but they're very, very slowly starting to add little pieces in more and more. So hopefully more information will come in the next few months, and hopefully these events will be a success for Disneyland, and they'll say, okay, great, let's do more hotels, or let's see if we can, get the parks open more in the traditional sense. I know that one of the issues is that Disneyland is just a smaller square footage, just a smaller park, and there's not a ton of room for social distancing in some of the ride queues. So they will have to be concerned and creative, and also make sure that they are adhering to all the safety guidelines. And I know that's part of what's taking them so long. I know so many of you are waiting, not necessarily patiently, for Disneyland. I'm one of you. I would love to go. I would drop everything and go right now if they were open. We just don't know yet. That's all we have. So if you would like to be kept in the loop on what's happening at Disneyland, feel free to let me know. I have a VIP list of people that I email as soon as information comes out. I'll be happy to add you to it and let you know as soon as the parks are opening up the traditional sense of how we think of that. And a tiny bit of sad news for Disney Cruise Line. I mentioned earlier that the ships docked almost a year ago. The ships docked for the last time. Disney Cruise Line has officially canceled all their cruises through May of 2021. And cruises on the Disney Magic through August 10th. So it's still a wait and see, with Disney Cruise Line. They're taking their time with cancellations. We don't have any information yet about when they are officially going to start sailing. And we don't have any information yet about what the cruise experience is going to be like with the new safety precautions in place and stuff like that. So reservations are available. Let's see, Disney Cruise Line is accepting reservations through May of 2022, and I believe summer of 2022 will be released soon for booking. But that's all the information we have. So again, I have a VIP list going for cruises. If you're interested in cruise information, if you want to be notified, just send me a message or drop your information and I will be happy to add you to my VIP list and let you know. And of course, I'll tell you here every Friday Facebook Live. That's all the news I have for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and chatting. I'm Sara Matchube. I'm with Middle of the Magic Travel, and I'm here to make your Disney vacation as easy and fun as possible. All my planning services are free when you book your reservations with me. I'm here to help. Let me do the hard work and the research for you. You have enough going on. Yeah, and I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you again. I've seen an incredible large amount of people reaching out for vacation information these past 6 weeks. Bye, Jen. Have a good weekend. And I just want to say, thank you. Thank you for trusting me with your vacation. And thank you for letting me be a part of your magic. And thank you for going on this journey with me, supporting my small business, allowing me to do what I love, use all this mostly completely useless knowledge in the real world that only is valuable when you're going on a Disney vacation. Use it to your advantage. It's a win-win for both of us. So thank you. So my final cheers, besides have a good weekend, is cheers to all of my clients. Thank you, because seriously, this wouldn't exist without you, and I'm so, so grateful. Have a fantastic weekend. Take a little time to relax. Take care of yourselves. I will see you guys next week. Message me if you have any questions. Bye, guys.